Welcome to another episode of Sidebar Convos, Season 1, Episode 3. We got some lovely, lovely ladies in the building. Let's give a shout out to who's in the building today.
Woo! Hey, that's what's up.
So I'm Siobphan. Hello, everybody. I am owner and operator of Charlotte's #1 massage therapy business. I specialize in post-op, body sculpting, and I really love what I do. I'm going to pass it off to Rikki.
Hey everybody, it's your soon-to-be favorite, Rikki Styles. Currently in Black corporate, so
Hey,
that's me. How you doing?
Hey girl. For y'all that don't know, that is my sister. Love her to death. Glad she's here with me. Y'all know me as Tooty, also known as Ashley, and I'm going to pass it on over to Sade.
hey guys, I'm Sade, of course. I'm licensed in North Carolina, South Carolina. I work at Demarie studio, that's in Concord. I'm your SD bestie, your skin therapist, and beauty enhancer.
Now, that was a lot to compete with, but you already know it's your girl, Shaun Don. We in here lit today. I already say what I do. I do a lot, but not really. But you know, owner of marketing, Roman Empire Marketing, dispatcher at Zipline Express Dispatching, and also a co-host at Sidebar Convos.
Hey.
Give it up today.
Okay.
I think I'm the only one who will tell
Cheers.
y'all what I do. I'm a hairstylist. I forgot to include that in my intro there. But yeah, I'm a hairstylist. I trade stocks. I'm just out here, multiple streams of income.
There you go.
But today we have, I would say, all of us as entrepreneurs, as Black women, we have some special guests. I want to start out with Siobphan. Me and Siobphan, little backstory, we literally work across the hall from each other. Siobphan has definitely given me a massage before, and y'all, the bomb. She always let me know where my little stress spot's at, and I can release and feel good. So, Siobphan,
Yes.
tell us about Massage.Matters.
Well, so I have been a therapist since 2012. I really, like I said before, I really enjoy what I do, so I don't necessarily feel like I'm working. I moved to Charlotte in 2020, like October of 2020, during the pandemic. It was time for something new. Everything was falling apart, so let's start something new. And I was here for like 6 months. I did a few, luckily I have some pretty good connections. I got connected with a few people, maybe some people who are pretty popular on Instagram, did some body sculpting and some post-op work for them. And they spread the word. And so within 6 months, by like May, June, I had my own suite, which brought me beside Ashley. And then here I am. Business is still going strong, and yeah.
That's what's up.
Yes.
So, to my left, we have our Esty Bestie.
Esty bestie.
Sade, tell us about your business.
So I have, so basically my business is Demarie, Artistry and Esthetics. So I do that incorporated with working at Demarie studio, which is in Concord. And we do massages, we do all of the beauty things, skincare, body treatments. And it's just really just being like your cosmopolitan beauty slayer, just making sure that the ladies are looking good. It's all about skincare. And that's really what I specialize in. I'm all about skincare. So, yeah.
And then we have my lovely sister. Guess who older, y'all? Can y'all guess who's older?
Girl, we go through this all the time.
It's me. But no, tell us what you do.
No.
Your business.
So I'm actually in corporate. I represent Black corporate. You know, I always talk to a lot of people about that. I'm currently a manager in one of the top 5 largest mortgage servicing companies in the U.S. So, you know, did a lot of that stuff. I've stepped into a little bit of entrepreneurship myself, but right now I'm just really working on like management and expanding my career, trying to get things secure and in line, you know? So
Aren't we all?
Yeah.
We gotta get it in line. So, question, and I'm gonna start with you, Sade.
Okay.
When it comes to your business, what would you say is your favorite part of everything that you do? Which specific service is your ultimate favorite?
Oh, specific service.
Yes.
My specific service, I want to say, is doing facials. I don't know. It's therapeutic to me. It's therapeutic to my clients. And we are talking about skincare. That's what we need to understand. As Black women, as any ethnicity, it's all about skincare.
Do you watch Dr. Pimple Popper?
I do not. I don't like the whole
like
Dr.
that
Pimple
stuff.
Popper.
I love it.
Believe it or not, and
I love it.
I just, it's not my thing. But if I have to pop them things, I will. But yeah, not to watch it.
I got a little tool
That's
at home
interesting.
and everything.
I never met an esthetician who did not really care for it.
Yeah,
I don't like
care
it.
for it.
I don't like it.
It's funny, right?
I love it.
I mean, like
And
I
it's
say, if
funny.
I have to do it, and you know what I mean, of course I'm gonna do it. But to watch it, people be outrageous, and I ain't never had no outrageous ones, to be honest.
I love me a good blackhead.
I've had an
love it.
outrageous one before, but to see somebody else's, I would do it though, but not watching it.
Yeah.
Okay, Siobphan, what is your favorite service?
So I wouldn't say I have a favorite service per se, right? I would say what is the favorite thing for me is the reaction of my clients once the service is done. Regardless if it's just a regular massage or if it's body sculpting or some post-op, stuff like that. Like when they're like, I just feel so good, or oh my God, like that's what I get out of it. That's what I enjoy. And it's funny, y'all asked her, does she like Dr. Pimple Popper? I love it. Yes. And when I'm doing the post-op stuff and like they're going through like incision, like seeing drainage. So many people are grossed out, and I love it. And they're like, "You're like Dr. Pimple Popper," and I'm like, "Bring it on! I love it."
Yeah. Shaun, did you have any questions for the ladies?
Absolutely. So, what are you guys doing as far as like marketing for your business, and what's working for you guys?
Well, I will say, as big as social media is right now, I get a lot of my clients by word of mouth. And that's very rewarding too, because that means not only did you see me, you felt good enough about your experience to tell the next person, and so good that they booked with me too. So like I said, for marketing, word of mouth is a big one for me. But social media, one of my goals this year, of course, is to be more consistent with posting. I know we were kind of talking about that earlier, but like making reels and stuff, finding out like what type of reels to make, get you more traction and gets your page more views and stuff like that. Yeah. So that's definitely social media, of course, and word of mouth for me.
Yeah. Okay. And those are two really good ones. They're real strong ones for sure. What about you, Shadi?
I want to say the same thing, word of mouth. I'm in my 30s, late 30s or middle 30s. And so I'm used to basically, how the old school was, just kind of being, walking around and being like, hey, this is my business. Now we doing everything electronically. So I have to get with this shit, I have to make sure that I'm on point with this social media stuff. So really, I need some tips on the reels, and, I try to do them here and there, but that's basically what I would use is the Reels, TikToks. I'm doing that a little bit, and just word of mouth. I'm doing specials, and we have this thing called Neighbor to Neighbor, where we're kind of like broadcasting what we do to other salons, not spas, the salons. So maybe their staff can come and enjoy some of the services. So, and that gives word of mouth as well.
That's interesting. I mean, that's kind of how, I feel like that's how me and Siobphan kind of got with each other. She, like I said, she works in the same building as me, literally directly across the hall from me. And she sees my work. I see her work. I do see their faces when they come out like, oh, I just feel so relieved. And I think I've only had like 2 massages in my life before I met Siobphan, which is crazy. But a massage is what you should get, y'all. Like, it really relaxes you. But overall, yeah, that word of mouth is definitely something, because people really do enjoy our services enough to pass along a message. Like, how they say each one teach one. Let me tell you who can do this. Right. Let me tell you who can do that.
And we're young, smart, motivated. We move fast. So it's like,
yeah. I have a question for everyone as far as marketing. How important do you believe marketing is outside of word of mouth for your businesses?
I think it's very important, especially as the times change. You got to keep up with the stuff.
Very iffy for me.
You got to keep up with the stuff that's changing, right? Yeah. It's funny you asked that question, because I was thinking about the negative aspect of like social media, right? So being what I do, it's like, oh, you do so much cool stuff, or show this and show that, record that, and it's like, The thing is, I can record that, but then somebody who's not licensed can watch what I'm doing and take it and try to apply it to the next person, but be completely wrong. They might think they're doing what they see, but they have no idea even how to talk about what they're doing, right? Yeah. So you have a lot of people, especially like within body sculpting, because there are no like state regulations. People just see somebody on YouTube or somewhere doing it. Oh, let me buy a machine and do it. And it just doesn't work like that. You can mess up people, you can hurt them. So I think marketing is very important, but in my profession particularly, I have to be careful what I post so that people don't necessarily steal it, I guess, or like steal techniques and stuff like that, as well as report you. For instance, I had a TikTok. I made it a business TikTok. I didn't have any like fun stuff. It was like stuff about my business, but it's banned already. And I think maybe because one story had, I was like removing a drain or doing something that kind of looked gross. Mind you, it wasn't anything going against guidelines or like sexual activity or whatever that you're not allowed to do. But because it's showing a body part or kind of like nasty, graphic, I'm banned. So it's just like,
well, you know, there's gonna be haters.
Exactly. I mean, and that's where I'm going with this. You might have people who, if you're getting more clients than them in the city, they start to say negative things about you, or they might, like you said, report your post or report your page, and nothing's wrong, and all that's going to be is a setback. Of course, you have to be positive about it, but those are like some of the things that are always in the back of my mind when I'm making content.
And that's why I feel iffy about it, honestly. Like, I like social media, but I'm literally like a one-on-one type of person. Like, you know how people like, oh, I met them on social media. I mean, I know your name, but we ain't social media besties. Right. Like I really got to feel your energy, feel your presence. And the same thing when my clients come, I always tell them, God sent you here for a reason. I literally connect with my clients that deeply because I'm not just letting anybody in my space. And people like, oh, it's money, it's money. Guess what they say? All money ain't good money.
Right.
Okay.
So I'm okay with my word of mouth, or I put some of my cards, you know, in a restaurant or a different business. And I feel like those who really need my services, they'll be compelled to pick up their card, because we all know we walk past businesses and see different business cards. Are we always picking up a card? I know I'm not, but somebody who really needs my services, they're going to pick up that card. They're going to check out my Instagram, or they're going to call me or text me, and we just feel each other's energy. So I'm fine with that.
Gotcha. I feel like, you know, to be honest, I really don't care for social media. If I could be off the grid and still make money some way, I would. But I know you have to do that. So it's like, cool. But one thing I do know, one thing for sure, two things for certain, that people want to see people that looks lit. Like somebody wants to come to you when they go to your Instagram, when they go to your TikTok, when they go to all of your social media and see the content. They want to be able to see you pop in and see, the even aesthetics of how you look, and they're going to be more likable no matter what. We're in that type of age, and basically they want to be going to who looks like they know what they're doing, who's having the most followers. And that's just how it is. You know what I mean? So I think that social media is important. Now, whether or not, I'm on a grid right now, I'm trying to climb my way up. So y'all follow me, okay?
No, that's right.
I'm gonna touch the reason why I asked this question though, because I came across a post where it was a gentleman. He was a hairstylist, and he was basically expressing himself like he really hated that he got into doing social media and creating content for his business, because he was like, it got him out of touch of the passion that he had for doing hair. Yes. Because he said he used to, when he was at his prime, and he was like, as far as like clientele and all that stuff, he used to bust down like 15, 20 heads a day. And it's like now, and it was all strictly word of mouth, and he was lit. Like he said, he was just booked and busy. However, it got to a point now that social media is pushing, it's saying like it's an extra stream of income. And it's like, now he's so worried about making sure the lighting is right and all this and that. And it's kind of like slowing down what he can normally get people in and get them out. But now it's cutting into what he has going on. And it's kind of like pushed him away from the passion of doing hair and strictly doing hair.
I feel like it's pressure.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
it's a lot of pressure.
It's
A lot of
like, I don't
pressure.
have followers. Oh my God. It's like, goddamn, you gonna follow me? You ain't.
Making content. Making
yeah.
content gives me anxiety.
Yeah.
I'm like, is this wording
I'm 36 out here trying to do the TikTok dances.
Yeah.
Me personally, I'm gonna be more informational, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, marketing is such a big umbrella. Like, you got PR, you got content creation, you got websites, you got everything included. So, I mean, but also there's ways around it too. So, I've been doing marketing for like 4 years.
Shout out to you.
I just want But that's something that I have a degree in. So, with the social media becoming so ramped and vamped, it's like it's hard to keep up with it, especially if you're in a generation where you got the younger people who have time to do it, but then you have us who have so much to manage, like you said about that post. But I also think because I know marketing, there's ways around it.
Yeah.
You know? And it's just finding that time and investing in that portion of your business with marketing for it to work for you.
Yeah.
In my opinion. Something
Something else I think, like entrepreneurs, especially when you provide a service like doing hair or doing nails or working on somebody, you always have to make sure, are they okay being posted? And
that
then,
could be in that contract when they sign that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When
But they might
form.
sign. I've had clients who sign off and say, you can use
the
pictures.
time come, they're like, no.
Right. Especially with the what I'm doing. Like, we take a lot of before and afters. I have a lot of girls who lie about getting their body done or getting work, and they don't want you to post it. So then it kind of prohibits what I can post and what, you know what I mean? They might have a tattoo that it's like, your face isn't in it.
Yeah.
But this tattoo is, and a lot of people might know that that's my tattoo, and that, it's a lot that goes into it for me. So I think that's why it gives me anxiety.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Especially what you do. That is definitely private.
Yeah, but with marketing, I mean, it definitely is important. Social media plays a big factor, and also just making sure that your brand is out there. So word of mouth, like you said, works for you. Things like that. I know one thing that I recently got into is doing more with Google. So just making sure that your page is like at the top of the search bar in your area.
Yeah.
If you have a
The
website.
optimization.
Yeah, that's also a good one as well.
Yeah.
And when people, I notice also people giving you reviews, that also helps, increase it to the top.
Y'all want to hear a funny story? I got my Google business page up, and I had one client. She did not come in and get a service. But I got one bad review on my Google business page because of that individual. And I was just like, you know what?
Do you know her?
No, I never met her. Like, it was a whole situation with...
And she didn't get a service?
She didn't. It was a whole situation with policy. I have a 24-hour cancellation policy because, once again, my time. Like, somebody else could have had that slot. But, they made an appointment at 5 a.m. for the following day at like 9 a.m. So that's already, you only got 27, 28 hours,
until your appointment.
4 hours to make up your mind. So,
But you got to respect the time.
Yeah. And she called and asked me to cancel it, but she had already canceled it. So I couldn't do anything but reschedule you and apply that fee to when you are able to come. Like, I'm not...
For you to even do that, some people won't even let
some people won't even do that.
transferable.
But, shout out to Ruff over there popping bottles for us. We about to get our round 2 going.
I was thinking my cup the only one that's empty. Like,
Mine's about to be empty.
But that was like it was very interesting to me. Some people would be like, oh my gosh, why you... No, I'm just like, it's always going to be that one,
Oh, yeah.
It's always going to be that one. And truthfully, if anybody was to ever go look at the review, because it is still up there, she tells on herself, So, and that's the thing with people.
I'm going to leave a positive review.
Yeah, she going to get overshadowed.
Yes.
Out of here.
Everybody Google Ashley Hair Therapy. Leave a positive review for those who have got their services done by me. I would really appreciate it.
Sure.
But yeah, you were about to say something.
No, I was going to say, having a business and having those Google reviews is like,
wow.
I'm kind of like because I just know people who specifically only go to review a business or whatever is going on when they are dissatisfied with something. So it's like, ugh. You got to have pretty tough skin when you put yourself on Google reviews, I feel. Yeah. But that's, I just see it with what happens with that?
I thank God we didn't have any haters yet, but we prepare because guess what? They're gonna go do because they're getting overshadowed.
Yeah.
Them haters, you know what I'm saying?
And that's
petty
literally
and stuff. Like, because they don't understand the business.
Yeah.
You would know.
And I mean, I feel like you can't satisfy everybody.
Exactly.
That's not even in business, but life. You can't satisfy everybody. So I'm okay with it. Like, I know those who I've been doing hair for 13 years. And so I have people who, from when I first moved to Charlotte, which was 10 years ago, they're still with me. And then I understand people are for seasons. So, shoot. You might just feel like, oh, I needed my hair to grow, and you came for me to grow your hair, and you got what you needed. Okay. So you out. I'm okay with that. Like I'm definitely okay with that. So that it doesn't bother me at all.
I was about to say.
But okay.
Well, I didn't know it was
since Ruff done.
Wait, mine it's a little high. Like, sip it down.
He done took one, passed it down. I guess we gonna go ahead and take a little sip.
Making sure we good for the rest of the episode.
Shout out to us as Black women, as those of us in business, corporate, entrepreneurship, all of that. We doing it out here, y'all.
This is good. Whatever it is.
Tastes like a peach Bellini.
Oh yeah. Okay. Okay. Bartender.
Where did he get an extra ingredient from?
Right. Y'all ain't see him over there shaking the bottle up. I was like,
I heard something in the background.
That's funny.
Okay, so
Figure out what it is.
How many
Trying to taste it like
just one.
It's something different that wasn't over
It's
there.
something peach.
he done pull something out his book bag.
Oh, it's that juice.
No, in between each one.
Is it simply peach juice?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's
Look,
simply.
she's like, why you telling everybody? No.
Sorry.
Is it a
I thought it was. Yes. I thought we were trying to figure it out.
Is it a secret?
Peach champagne.
Okay. Well, I didn't completely spill the beans. Thank God. You could have left that one out and told us. We still ain't have it.
We little peachy. We little
Everybody
peachy
got
today.
their own touch, and that's what it's all about. Everybody who do what they do with their own touch.
So I want to give a shout out to a Black-owned business. It's called The Skin Deep. They have a lot of like relationship icebreaker questions. I literally have probably their whole collection. But me and Shaun thought it would be a great idea to kind of let the ladies play with us as we're talking today. So I passed out a card for everybody. Each card we're gonna ask each other as a whole. So Siobphan, you can go first.
Start?
Yeah.
Ooh, okay. What is your greatest strength and biggest weakness, and how are they related?
Ooh.
I wish I was that.
So for me, my attitude.
Ooh.
So I have a great attitude with clients and customers, and that having a business is a quick way to humble yourself and get your attitude checked at the door, right? Because a client might ask you a stupid question or, cancellation and just try to curse you out. And you cannot be like, nah, bitch, fuck you too. You have to be like, okay, ma'am, I'm sorry. I apologize. That's the policy though. Is there any other way I can help you? You just got to take getting cursed out sometimes or whatever it may be, which really can help fix your attitude or other things that you might want to work on. So I would say it definitely has helped me work on my attitude. Can it be still jacked up sometimes? Yes, of course. Not in the business world, in my personal life, but it's definitely, work in progress. But yeah, for me, that would be what it is.
I'm interested to hear my sister's response to that question.
Oh, we gotta answer that too?
Yes.
Oh, shoot.
Oh, we gotta.
Everybody is gonna answer.
Let me start thinking of
You
what
gotta tell me what was the question again?
My greatest strength and weakness would be I'm very straightforward. That would probably be my greatest strength and my greatest weakness, because sometimes when I want to talk about pros first. As far as being straightforward and have like a strong personality per se, it allows me to be able to be open and talk to anyone and really put my foot down or express whatever I have going on. You know, I've always been the one who been willing to say the toughest things that a lot of people are kind of shy away, kind of like huddle down and speak up. I'm going to speak up for whoever that's what I typically do. So that would be the pro to it. I guess the con is having a strong personality. It can cause conflicts amongst, you know, different people that you may meet. I come across. Especially if someone is not necessarily sure about themselves or something like that, it can cause a little conflict. Now, does it cause conflict with me? I don't personally care, but it's still like, it's something that I kind of tend to run into every so often that, you know, not everyone can take a strong personality or, you know, understand a strong personality, whether it's projection or whatever the case may be from their end. Is that a weakness?
Well, I think I answered the question wrong. What is your greatest strength and biggest weakness? How are they related? Like so I said the same thing for both, kind of.
Never mind.
I don't know if it was different for you.
So, okay, that's the strength. What's my greatest weakness? Girl, I don't have no weakness. I don't know what y'all talking about. No, I was joking, but my temper. I can get a little hot-headed a little bit. Just more so, not like I'm going around just trying to fight everybody or whatever the case may be. That's not the case. But what I will say is that I don't let nobody play with me. You know what I'm saying? So
Don't play with it.
you know, the temper get a little bit like, come on now. Not like I'm out here reacting on my weakness, but how do those tie together? I think those tie together very well because I'm a stand up for myself, but at the same time, I gotta be level-headed, and I have to remind myself to be more level-headed. And because I'm speaking up, and I'm usually at the center of attention to some degree when you speaking up. So I don't know how that connects to each other, but
I mean, mine I feel like ours is similar. I honestly feel like I have 3. On both ends.
3.
They're my biggest strengths and my biggest weaknesses. My spirit, my mouth, and my emotions. Because this mouth can get reckless. This mouth can definitely get reckless, but they're all 3 my strengths because I'm very passionate about what I speak on. Whether I'm joking or especially in my business, what I'm very knowledgeable about. My spirit, because I really, it's within that passion. I care. So that's just me overall. I'm a caring individual. Like, you only gonna see that other side of me if you do me wrong. But they're also my weakness because being that caring person, I can end up letting the wrong people close to me. Having the emotion that I have, well, when I was younger, because I definitely have grown when it comes to my emotions. I literally used to let my emotions dictate how I treated other people. Like, oh, they feel that type of way? Okay, forget it. Shit, I feel that type of way too. Now, I literally think like, okay, maybe they're going through something, or maybe we need a break from this moment and they're just mad. Or they're sad, or, you know, whatever. So I kind of let that, you know, dictate when I was younger whether or not I dealt with you or not. And then when it comes to my mouth, it's definitely a weakness because I will cuss you the fuck out. I'll say something very blunt and shrug my shoulders like, you shouldn't be like so sensitive, honestly, because of the world that we. Too. I am very sad. I mean, sensitive, very sensitive. I was about to say sad,
when girls are mean like that, we are. Cry babies, like
I'm a cry. So I don't care where I drop a tear.
What's your sign?
Oh, I'm a Virgo.
Okay.
We should tell everyone like, our signs.
Females are so nice.
We are, but
Virgo
we can
men
also.
Are trash,
but let me tell you something. My rising is a Gemini. So for those who don't know, like your rising sign is your persona. That's what you present to people. Your moon is your emotions. My what?
Your book cover.
What you mean?
Your rising.
Oh, Gemini.
That's what that means?
No, she's saying
No,
it
it's your
is.
book cover.
Oh,
Like,
she said it. I thought you said
you remember
what's
back in
your
the
book
school,
cover?
like, it used to be popular to put the sleeves on top of your book?
Oh,
Your book cover.
yes. Yeah. I like that. That's
It's
like
the first
that.
thing people see when you.
Yeah, and I'm a
They meet you.
Gemini, so
Yeah.
I'll show you my sweet side, and then the moment you fuck around and find out, you gonna find out for sure. Like I don't mind letting you know, like, hey, I was nice, but don't take my kindness for my weakness, cause nah, we ain't doing that.
We are not doing that.
For sure. I feel you on that. I don't want to play with you. I think one of my biggest strengths is communication. Just being able to communicate with all different type of people, being able to walk into the room and adapt to my environment. So that means when it comes off as being dealing with clients, just being able to communicate and make them feel comfortable. My weakness, I think, is more so being too much of a empathist. So kind of understanding some parts of what they're going through financially, mentally, using me as a therapist, but having to bring it back to say my communication skills is to be business first and have to make sure that, yes, you my homegirl when you're getting stuff done, and you may even be my longtime friend, but I have to make sure that I'm communicating with you the right way so you don't play with me where you like, I can just not show up.
The lines are blurred.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So people understand that, it's business first, and, you respect my time, I respect yours. So just making sure that you're, legit with your contracts, and you're legit with your forms and your consultation forms. Just making sure that people understand. I have to be upfront with her. And if I say bring cash, or if I say bring, you know what I mean? Like, don't be like, oh, yeah, I got food stamps. I mean, I might say food stamps. No, I'm just playing. No, but,
I'll
bargain
never
it
do that
off.
again.
No,
I got a story for that. I'll never do that again.
But,
I saw something on Instagram about that.
So
recently.
when I first came to Charlotte, I used to work at a popular salon here where they did weaves for $50. And so,
Like salons?
yeah. So I used to work there, and a lot of the girls, they used to be like, "Ooh, I'll pay you this much if you." So when I left that particular salon, a lot of my clients came with me, and I would let them come to the house. This one particular client, she was like, "Well, if you charging this much for a lace closure, shit, I got $200 in food stamps." I was like, "Shit, okay, bet."
My refrigerator about to be full.
But no, she literally rushed me through her service. I got somewhere to go. And then thought she was coming back 2 weeks later to get because she wanted it straight to wear out of there. But ultimately, the picture that she showed me had curls in it. So she tried to come back 2 weeks later like, you owe me some curls. And I was like, no, I don't. She was like, you bought your food. I gave you my food stamp card. I said, yeah, right then. Like, that was your payment.
She tried to come back for some
She
chili
tried
pimples?
to come back for some curls.
Oh, my God.
And the only thing that stopped her from coming into the house was I used to have a pit bull.
What? So she was just gonna barge in your house?
What's
Yes,
gonna make
like
you
she
make the
really
curls in her hair?
she
Like-
really tried. Like for real, she was like, "You owe me some curls," and I was like, "She was like, put that dog up," and I was like, "No."
And she didn't want to smoke with you,
No.
clearly. 'Cause,
But yeah,
no. I mean, of course, I was playing, but I mean, just being professional and being, communicating business wise, the real deal.
Y'all out here dry snitching on y'all. So look at this.
I ain't doing it no more. Not no more.
But that's why you grow. You know what I'm saying? You grow.
Hey.
Listen, you know what I'm saying? But it's like that's why you grow as a business owner and be like, no, it's all about the books and what
Yeah.
what everything says.
Yeah.
Strength.
No, I'm not even gonna lie. I thought about it. Because that plant-based stuff I be eating starting to go up. I heard eggs done doubled in price. Like, I walk past, I say, y'all be paying $5 something for some eggs?
Yeah.
Y'all doing the Easter egg hunt for y'all kids? Yeah.
Potato egg hunt.
Anyway, so
They gonna be
No.
hunting and painting potatoes.
Something gotta give.
What's
Sheesh.
your strength and weakness, Shaun?
I would have to say, my strength, I would say like understanding. And the reason why I say that is because like I've been through so many stages in my life that I feel like I can relate to everybody.
Okay.
So it's like I'm understanding because I've either been through it or I can relate in similar ways. So it's like, okay, I understand where you're coming from, But as far as my weakness, one thing that I am is like real indifferent, and it can come across as like nonchalant, like oh you don't
That's
care.
that Virgo in us.
And it's not even like a bad thing. I just like if it's not that serious, I'm not tripping. Like you know what I'm saying? Like what I gotta trip over for is really never that deep if you look on it at a psychological perspective. Like it's nothing to be tripping about. So people take that as like, oh, you too arrogant or you don't care, you got no feelings, like your heart is the ice box. And I'm like, it's not hitting there because it's not that. If that makes sense.
It could be your emotional mechanism to where it's a defense. You know what I mean?
Yeah, my therapist told me that. Oh, I had a question. So you know how like a therapist has a therapist?
Yeah.
Do you guys have an esthetician and a masseuse for yourself? Like,
Yeah,
do you have your own
Don't. Let's not
esthetician?
even go there.
No.
This my therapist beside me.
I mean, we yeah. I know that's right. Like, well,
My
your
sister,
right?
yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
I do. I mean, of course, we try to trade services when we're not busy. You know what I mean? But the owner, she's a massage therapist, so I'll jump on her table sometimes, and then sometimes I do my own facials a lot. But we'll help each other out. So.
Yeah, so y'all like swap.
Yeah.
Oh, you
So
saying
I
like
don't-
do your own
Since I
services?
moved here,
Yeah, like do
Oh,
you have somebody do your hair? So
You
do
said
your own
therapist.
hair.
I was like, this other right here.
since I moved here, I don't have a therapist. It's terrible. I feel so bad. Like, don't get me wrong. I'd have been in the mall like, okay, get me right for 10, 15 minutes in the little shops or in the middle of the bar. But one thing about me, or I find like a lot of other massage therapists, is like when you find even with clients, when you find a good therapist who knows you and knows what you like, you want to stick with them for as long as you can. So it sucks when they might move or their business grows and they go somewhere. But you don't want, people carry energy, people carry so many things. You just don't want anybody touching you.
Yeah.
Energy transference, all that type of stuff is for real. And so my therapist moved to Atlanta.
What's your official title? Like,
I'm a massage therapist.
Massage. Okay.
Licensed.
Okay.
Massage therapist.
Okay.
For me, for the most part, I do my own hair. But there is a stylist in the salon suites that work with me. If I need a trim, if I have this, really it's two of them. I have my braider and then I have the other hairstylist. But Phaedra Jones, Fly Hair Goddess on Instagram. She literally helped me with this. I came up with this idea and I was like, okay, I just need you to get my parting straight, in the back, and we go do this. And I braided it and twisted it around, and then, she made sure my little ponytails was like slick. Thank you. And then I have my braider, Dee D Glam Braids, also on Instagram.
Shout out to
That's who did my heart braids for the last
the ones
two
before
shows.
that.
Yeah.
I like those.
Well, one show. But Dee Dee did my heart braids. I'll just show her a picture and be like, okay, get this for me. And I have a little pea-sized head. So I'd be like, make sure you do it to fit my head. Other than that, I remember I paid somebody to do my braids for one of my sew-ins. And I just cringed because I was like, is this what you're doing to your other clients? Like, I feel so bad for them because what is this in my head? And I paid you.
How do you get sewing braids wrong?
No,
Right.
the size,
The foundation.
the size,
I don't.
Like the
how you part it.
Party.
So you want to like flat, like
Yeah.
25, 30?
how many
If I'm
braids?
paying,
It
if
don't
I'm
even
paying,
have
I
to be
need
that
to be
many because my
Yeah,
clients who come in for their wig installs, they be like, oh, you can just give me 6 braids. And I'd be like,
That's too
no,
bulky, right?
like,
I
I'm
see what
not
you're
doing
saying.
that.
I thought that was common
Yeah,
knowledge, though.
because so many people do that. I even
Right.
seen a sew-in on like Instagram or TikTok, and she did like a lace closure install. But the braids that she gave that girl, that's how some of y'all hair is jacked up. When they
Girl.
sewing on all of that and those bulky braids, they pulling on your hair. That's tension. But yeah, you can mess that up for sure. What?
That's why some of y'all have messed
Hey,
up now.
listen,
Wait a minute.
because y'all just letting people. Because for real, literally, I'm pretty sure Siobphan and Sade can relate. When people just go to anybody
Hey, you get what
to
you pay
let
for.
them do a certain service, even if they charging out the ass, you went over there because they were popular. Now your edge is
Because I've
missing.
seen
So
pictures. I'm
that-
all about pictures and reviews.
That
baby.
actually
But
ties
even
into
with pictures,
but it ties into being
It's the
a
outcome.
content creator as a business owner as well too.
yeah.
So many entrepreneurs and people who work for themselves, since content creation is a stream of income, they're like pushing out this content. They're doing pictures, they're editing them, they're only
Filters.
showing the good parts of it, they're only showing the good
Filters.
clients. And the reality situation is you can go to them and it could be like the worst experience
the
ever.
worst.
So I would actually prefer word of mouth before, looking at a picture or some type of content. Like that's just like scratching the surface of it, honestly.
I can say, I feel like if you got so many pictures that look like it's yours and it's legit, I'm going to feel like I can trust in you. But let my not be right at the end. Like I'm gonna be like, "What's up? Like what?
Yeah,
Whose
for
pictures are you
real.
doing?"
One thing I tell my
Like-
clients, something that I tell my clients, because they'll ask, in my line of work, like everybody's different. Everybody's body is going to respond to like body sculpting and different things different.
Right.
But as I was saying before, the pandemic just brought about a lot of like fake or unlicensed people who they'll, if you're not careful, repost the same pictures like maybe 2 months later, 50 posts later that you're not going to scroll down and see. Or, so, you have a lot of these people who have, I don't want to say they have all this confidence, like, but they have a way to make it look like
Manipulation.
yeah, they're manipulating their
Yeah.
followers, and some people don't know what to look for in like before and after pictures or just different things like that. I had somebody, she's not necessarily in the Charlotte area, but she I don't want to say she stole a client from me because the client wasn't mine. But I had a few conversations with her, was getting, she was getting ready to have her surgery, all these other things. And I was mentioned in a Facebook group or something like that. She came in and promoted herself, as you should. I'm not mad about that. Well, then that client ended up going with her. But then if you look at her page, she turned off all comments, right? Or at least I thought she turned off all comments. She turned off comments from me and other massage therapists. So those are other things that you have to look at, but other people wouldn't know. So you have to be.
do that.
What? Yes, she blocked me and other therapists from making comments. At first, I thought it was everybody. Or if somebody comes up there with a question, not on her page, but this stuff to look for, like if there's nobody asking questions on comments or just things like that, 9 times out of 10, yeah, they're scamming. Or the same picture with a different location or a before and after not in the same position. Like, there's so many things to look at and try to catch and pay attention to. But if you don't know, what are you going to do?
You can't be jumping out there on social media and just picking anybody if you don't know
Right.
what you're doing and have some type of education in that area. I'm trying to get a lace front, but I don't know nothing about lace fronts. It's like, come on now. It's like educate yourself a little bit so you don't get played.
I have a sidebar question. What's everyone's zodiac?
Here she goes.
Sad.
Okay. I'm Aries.
Okay, fire sign.
I'm a Virgo.
I'm a Capricorn, the goat.
I'm also a Virgo.
Okay. I know Ashley brought it up, but y'all talk about it. I was just making sure.
So what's on your card, Rikki?
I don't know. This is kind of a bad card, honestly. It says, if you find out one thing about me that would make you walk away right now, what would it be? Y'all won't be able to answer that.
No, it says if you
That would have
found
to
out
be
one thing about
something
me.
terrible about you. Like,
Yeah.
Oh, is it like a general question, like a made-up thing?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant like something you actually knew about me.
No.
Oh, okay.
Like if I found out you ate your boogers.
I gotta tell y'all.
You asking us.
no, you don't have to tell us.
If you found out one thing about me that would make you walk away right now, what would it be? I think it's like y'all are saying like
something.
If you found out something about you,
if I
and
found
It's
out
not
you
about
ate
me.
your boogers, I would walk away from you.
I think it's like a general like what is like a walk away? What is your line
I'll
for
say
anyone?
I'll say
Yeah.
this. If I found out that and you or anybody else was just a fraud, just fake, I'm walking away.
Oh, yeah.
I can't associate. Bye-bye.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me answer that question.
Yeah.
The one thing, if I found out that you are just, you don't have a strong emotional intelligence, it's kind of like.
Ooh, I know.
I hate
That's
immaturity.
unaware. For
Yeah,
real.
I don't like that.
I love emotional intelligence.
Yeah.
So.
It's a big thing for me because
for real, like,
I feel like a lot of people are just unaware of a lot of stuff that how they control their emotions and how their emotions control them. Mm-hmm. And it's just like,
and don't even understand.
You got to be able to reel yourself in because it affects so many different things in your life. Like at some point, I understand everybody gonna have like a point where they might break out and like, just have their moment. But for the most part, you should have some type of like common sense and so.
Especially dating.
Emotional intelligence.
Yeah,
you dumb. World, honestly.
That's what I feel like. If I found out that you are mentally, like if you're mentally younger than what you are, that really bothers me. I mean, women too, though. I've met a lot of literally like, sweetie, like you're how old and you still think like that?
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, what in the world?
Yeah.
So if I find out that you're this mentally immature, I can't. No, we can't even be around each other for real.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good answer.
Yeah.
I know for me, if you a deadbeat, like if you don't take care of your kids,
that's kind of what I was gonna say.
About face, right? You gotta,
because I'm all about mine. I can't be around people who's not. If you have kids, you know what I mean. It doesn't make any sense to me.
Right? Yeah, that would be mine.
So
you got to.
I ain't really pick a card for real. I just was holding these in my hand.
So you make sure everybody else had a card.
Right.
Yeah,
I
know. I ain't trying to make my cards easy. Okay.
That laugh just set it off.
What is an unspoken rule in your family, and how do you feel about it? Don't you tell nobody my business.
Unspoken rule.
That ain't an unspoken rule.
Because family.
Well, this is the thing.
It's
like, it's really like not my business, but I would say like secrets that Okay, and we've talked about this because we tell each other certain things.
Unspoken rule is everyone is on the same accord with it.
Is it?
No.
I feel like, well, my maternal side is like this. They say it, but that don't mean they do it.
Okay, so it's not unspoken rule.
I feel like that's it. That's the unspoken part. Y'all saying this, but y'all really
talking about people's family. I ain't talking about anybody.
But no, I don't know. Do I have one?
I don't think my family has one. An unspoken rule. We're never all on the same page. We gotta huddle up first.
In a way, for mine, it kind of is, especially like I said on my maternal side. One of my cousins did some like real fraudulent conspiracy type stuff, and we weren't allowed to talk about it. Like we really was not allowed to talk about it. And I get it because this was like, he's a great person. I love my cousin to death. Sometimes money can be the root of all evil. Not necessarily say, no, I'm just saying it's conspiracy. When it comes to conspiracy, it's normally tied to money. But that we just couldn't talk about it. That was it.
Well, I would say my immediate family, our unspoken rule is like, don't tell the rest of the family stuff that's going on. Like
in my house.
Yeah, in our house, like we're gonna handle it first and then go from there, maybe, because I mean, I'm biracial, and I believe my mom definitely changed the view of my mom is white. I believe she definitely changed the view of some of her family from having mixed kids. I don't know. And as an adult, I just see that. I see certain things. I see how some family members act towards us or don't act towards us. And you start to understand why your parents and family members act certain ways once you become a parent, once you grow up. So I would say, I get it now.
Yeah.
I get it. Let's just keep it huddled up until we get it figured out. And then if we decide to tell people what's going on, just go like that.
My family's unspoken rule is we all have an understanding of who that one problem family member is. The one who's it that's just like the start of everything. So it's kind of an unspoken rule.
Yeah, I know how she is.
So
I know
even
how
just
he
like
is.
yeah. I guess. But other than that, I don't think we have really much.
I really don't know about an unspoken rule. I think it's just like everybody else. If it's something that's in the house, like if I, being raised by my parents, I'm not gonna be telling, when they arguing or whatever the case is. So, being discreet about your information. But just on a funny tip, unspoken rule is don't bring unbranded pop to the cookhouse.
Okay.
Wait, where are you from? Because you called it
She
pop.
said pop.
You from the Midwest?
I'm
Yeah.
from Pittsburgh. I'm from
I
Pennsylvania.
knew it.
Yeah.
My best friend from
family's
Toledo.
from Ohio.
Yeah, my best friend from Toledo.
Pop, but it's the same difference. So pop.
Sean.
I'm trying to think. I can't even think of an unspoken rule. It's an unspoken rule that you don't talk about, right?
I don't know. It's
Or it could just be certain
Tell me you
things
was raised in a
like
black family without telling me you was raised. All of us got the same
Everything
way.
seems so normal. Shit, I don't know. Y'all did a good hiding that shit. But one thing that I would say, probably a little off topic, but you never go too long without calling like your grandparents. Like it's not like a rule. Like you gotta call them. Mama. It's like why don't you call grandma? Yeah,
my grandma.
Like she would worry about shit. So like that's like not a rule, but like it's like everybody know like you don't go too long without calling grandpa.
Okay.
Shit.
Yeah, because y'all
That's
close to
a good
him. Yeah, clearly. Yeah.
your elders.
What's on your card, Sade?
My card. Okay, it says, what are your top 3 pet peeves? So I'll let somebody else go first.
Poor hygiene.
We got 3. We need 3.
Sorry.
We need 3.
That's all.
We do this as a group.
Yeah, let's do this as a group. Let's do this as a group. Yeah, no, for real. So we can go to the next topic. For real.
I hate people be lying.
And then you
Yeah.
get caught in that lie, and then still try to lie. Like,
Did y'all see that meme that was like, I don't gotta lie to you. I know you lie for no reason. It's like,
That part.
what's your problem? What's the
Fraudulent. People who put on personas, like really put on a mask. It's like, my nigga, be yourself.
Yes.
Or girlfriend, be yourself. Like, let's
Or
go.
identify it at least. Like I was saying, like I'm a Gemini, so I will really give you 2 sides of me depending on how you treat me.
Right.
But
you
at
are
least
you.
I can voice that. Yeah. Like people really don't know who they are.
And I don't like loud eaters. Like,
Oh.
yeah, like clinking the fork. Like, damn. Now, if I take your ass to a nice restaurant and you acting crazy, talking about I want some shrimps, and clicking the fork on your teeth,
dropping gems. Y'all listening?
Oh yeah.
To piggyback off that, I don't like Nadia, I love you, girl, but my baby is the queen of making like unnecessary, annoying noise. Like, don't let her have a bottle of water. It's
Oh yeah, she do that.
Girl,
when she get her hair
are
done.
you so annoying? Or like,
Just making.
can you please stop before I go crazy?
You probably like, what is it? Hypersensitive to like sound or something like that.
Yeah, it's really a thing.
I am.
Yeah,
I sleep.
I am too.
I'm a light sleeper. I can
am
hear my
too.
phone vibrate. It might wake
my
me up
phone
in my
stay on
sleep.
silent because I can't take the noises. Yeah.
Yes.
Same.
Speaking of vibrate, have y'all, and maybe it's just me, I don't know. You feel like you're like if your phone is in your pocket or if it's sitting beside you feel like you heard it vibrate and it really didn't.
Yes.
No.
That happens to me.
My phone on silent, so I know it don't ring. So.
Is it when you're hoping for a text or something? You're waiting for somebody to
right.
text you?
No.
Or like,
Tweaking a little bit.
I think I heard it.
No, for real. Like,
This is like a lot of
no, for real. I really be like, damn, I could have sworn I heard my phone go. Zzz. Like, mine makes like a distinct like vibrate sound. Like I have it on the little pattern. So I'm like, I know I just heard that junk. Like I
But do
know
you
I'm not
feel it?
tripping.
I done that before.
Or does it like vibrate?
Like, you got like
if I'm in a
vibrate
car,
going on,
if
like-
I'm in a car, and I'll be like, did I just feel my? And then I look at the screen and I'll be like,
Nothing.
what the hell?
Nobody
Like,
wanted to talk to me.
no, phone just dry.
I need to say one more thing because like this is kind of moved up on a list. It's probably worse than. It's probably equal to lying. I hate anyone who can't express their emotions, like articulate their emotions with words.
Especially at our big age.
Exactly.
Oh,
That's
it's
exactly
so
what
annoying.
I was gonna say,
I guess
yeah.
it kind of ties to the emotional intelligence part, but
Right.
if you're not able to express your feelings verbally,
Yeah.
like speak something out, then that's just aggravating.
And it
Like,
don't gotta be
It
a
is
book
so
or paragraph.
aggravating.
it
Just
No.
get to the
don't.
point.
It doesn't have to be
I didn't
big,
like
hurt my
big,
feelings.
nothing. Just talk. Like
I'm not used to this because you hurt my
But you know
feelings
what? I think our
because-
generation, like our parents, let me not speak for everybody, but a lot of people's parents, like as a kid, it don't matter how you feel.
Yeah.
I said what I said, listen to what I said, go do what I said, right?
Yeah.
Me as a parent, like as a kid, yes, I hated that. So now I'm like, what is wrong?
Yeah, you allow.
Tell me what
for them.
is wrong.
Absolutely.
Why are you crying? Why do you feel like this?
Yes.
What do I need to do to help you, help me,
Like,
help the situation, stuff like that. So,
and that's one thing I take. I don't have children, but even like my two best friends, and just, you guys talking about it, just like you said, actually listening to your child, because they have feelings too. Mm-hmm. And we're not always right as people, as you guys as mothers. So let them express themselves.
I try to ask her, like, what have I, is there something that I do that you don't like? Like, she's like, yelling. And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna work on that. Like, cause as a parent, you're not perfect. You gotta work on stuff too.
Absolutely.
It's yours, Shaun.
My card, it says, what is something that you never want to forget?
My grandma. I never want to forget her. I love that lady. Yes. I'm trying not to cry right now. I always get emotional when I talk about her. But I never want to forget her. Like, even though I know her spirit is going to come back to me, like in body form, reincarnated. But yeah, I never want to forget our memories, any of that. Yeah. So yeah, that's what it is for me.
Shout out to, what you call her? You call her Granny?
Granny.
Shout out to Granny.
Lil.
We should show her this episode.
She passed away. So she watching us though. She watching us. It's okay. It's okay, girl. It's awkward. But yeah. It's okay. I'm sorry. I mean, I have one grandma left. I have one grandma left. And me and this grandma, we working on our relationship. But I have one grandma left, and I always tell myself, like, Ashley, you gotta, like, at least call her Ashley. Mm-hmm. Like, at least, just even if it's a text, hey, I love you, thinking about you, that's it. Yeah. Like, yeah, but
just something,
yeah.
Mm-hmm. What about you, Rikki?
Okay.
That's your memory.
What I don't want, there's a lot of stuff I want to forget, for one. But I don't know. I just don't want to forget that everyone is human, and sometimes I feel like I get so like
tuned in
and just like so, because once I have my mind set on something or someone does something, it's just, this is what I'm focused on. That's just what it is. And I try to remind myself to be, everyone is human, everyone makes mistakes, and try to be more, I can't say I'm not understanding, because I'm 100% understanding, but try to just remember everyone is human, everyone makes mistakes, and try not to be so hard, and I don't know, I guess that's the best answer that I can put up right now. Be human. Everyone's human.
Gotcha. I would say I just don't want to forget how I make people feel. So just being aware of how I make people feel throughout my lifetime, just what I'm giving back, just not forgetting what purpose God has for me.
Yeah.
I just never want to forget who I am as a person, because we all have our own journey. We all go through different things. It's like, I never want to forget myself and who I am to other people.
With that being said, and we kind of already hinted on it with the pet peeve thing. Sade, I know you said you don't have kids, but womanhood and, well, really motherhood and womanhood, I'll say that. Mm-hmm. How has it affected you in business, in being a mom? Do you feel like you do or you don't have enough time to do things, or do you feel like certain things she should or should not be exposed to in your line of business?
Okay. It's a great question. So my daughter is like my life. It's just her and I here. Everything I do is for her, pretty much. So there's nothing really in my line of business that she shouldn't necessarily be exposed to. I mean, if I had a son, that would be a little different, because being that I'm a single mother and an entrepreneur, Nadia has definitely come to sessions with me. Mm-hmm. So I turned it into, well, you're helping me, so I'm going to pay you. Help carry my stuff, help set up for me. So then she's not completely bored and sitting there like, what the hell is this? Like, So it turns your hustle up. At least for me, when you don't, especially when you move away from your hometown or where you've been living for so long since a kid, you on your own, you don't really have any help, you better do what you got to do as far as your business and really marketing and doing all those things. But my daughter said this to me like maybe 6 months ago. So I started out working at Massage Envy, was working there for a long time, was the manager there, and then when COVID hit, I never went back. And once I was getting ready to get my shop and stuff and just these new endeavors, and she's like, wow, Mom, just think you started at Massage Envy and look at you now. Aww. And I couldn't do nothing but like sit there and cry like, wow, at least if nobody else knows, she knows what I'm doing. She knows how much I'm putting into this, because she lives it with me. She comes with me to these clients, or, like she helps me. She comes and sit at the shop in the room, the door shut, closed, or go over there with Ashley, if I'm got too much going on. So.
How old is your daughter?
She'll be 10 on Valentine's Day.
Okay. Yeah.
So yeah. So
praise game.
That's my twin, my little mini me. So yeah, I mean, I think it's a beautiful thing when you have a kid who sees that and understands that. Like I said, if I had a son, it would be so different. There's no way I could bring her on, to clients with me to work on naked post-op women or body. It just wouldn't work like that. It would be much more difficult. So, everything happens for a reason. She's supposed to be here, supposed to be on this journey with me and just making it better.
You can pass the business on to her,
Yeah.
See, for me, I have a son. Now, granted, I do hair, but the good thing about me is I have male and female clientele. So the guys that come in, they see my son, they play around, they roughhouse with them. The women, he sees their hair, or, they talk to him, and he literally he's very much a ladies' man. Like, you drop something, oh, I got that for you. I'll get it for you, or, I like your hair. Like, he'll literally tell my female clients that, like, I like your hair. And they'll be like, oh, thank you, Josh. And he'd be like, yeah, I really like it. My mommy did that for you. Like, Josh really be, like, gassing my clients up. But like you said, he'll tell me, like, Mommy, I'm proud of you. Like, I want to have my own business like you. He wants to be a chef like his father, but he knows that he wants his own. So I'm glad that he can see the sacrifice and the time that it takes and just understanding how to deal with people. Like, sometimes I have to tell Josh, like, you can't say that. He'd be like, oh, that wasn't nice. That was rude. And I'd be like, yeah, Josh. And so I really appreciate having... And I always tell people, I feel like this is why God gave me a child, because I spent a lot of time in my younger years just trying to get people to see, like, this is how you should be. This is what you're supposed to do. And God was just like, they got their own mamas and daddies, You want to instill that in somebody? Here's your own. Here's your own little representation. You can show the end results, and you want people to know and really feel your energy, the power, and all of that you have, instill it in this one. So I like having my baby around when I'm doing hair. I really do.
Yeah. Oh, wait.
She don't have any. No.
No, but she can speak on womanhood as we transition into that.
For sure. Just womanhood. Just actually learning the areas of myself now that I'm in a new aspect. So it may have went from just being all about me to where it's just like working at the time when I was working corporate at 9 to 5 to now kind of incorporating, being able to like learn what it is that I need to do as a woman first to incorporate it in my business. So meaning like even self-care for myself. to understanding, I guess, just how I need to grow in some areas with business and how it's affected me when I'm outside and inside of the spa or just doing my own thing. Just kind of just learning myself and just kind of growing to be a better me in all aspects. So
Yeah, that's powerful. I know for me, my son, he likes coming with me places, especially when I have like different type of events I have to pop up to for marketing. My agency is actually named after him, so I want him to see like that back office, part of it of running the business. But he likes helping out when I ask him. He'll never really complain. So I'd be like, "All right, you come with mommy today," and he'd be like, "Okay."
Yeah. I think even when I see clients coming with their children, kids know the drill. Like, mommy gets her lashes done, or mommy working, or they see and I love to see strong women like you guys, such as yourself, because it's showing your children like we are not worried about this and that, we worried about business, and then this is how they grow up. So shout out to y'all.
Thank you.
You gotta teach them young.
How is my nephew?
What's the question?
So, well, I know he doesn't come to work with you necessarily. So, even when, okay, y'all, backstory on my sister.
Girl.
She had a boutique. How did Raiden feel?
Just answer the question.
How did Raiden feel when you were Rikki's closet?
He was proud of me. It was. I think he really paid attention to like you said the back end of having a business and the independence that you gain from it. Right now my son is absolutely still exposed to a lot of entrepreneurship, especially on his dad's side. His grandparents they work for themselves. They have their own businesses, so he still is exposed on that end of like. Understanding go and get it mentality, and just like understand that you have to be disciplined and go out, and this is what you got to do if you want to run a business, and they have these conversations. But on the back end with my my education, as well as my position that I am currently in corporate, I also too I try to instill in him I try to incorporate the knowledge that I have from my education and tie it into a lot of things that goes on in his life as well too, as far as like time management, organization, making sure that you're staying on top of things, like being disciplined. So I still instill in him those principles that you're going to use once he gets into his career and he owns his own business, because he tells me he wants to own his own business anyways, and he also knows that I have some endeavors that I'm actually going to be tipping into here this year. So either way, I'm still teaching him, and he's still learning the entrepreneur and the business and the management side of business as well.
Okay. So kind of piggybacking off Sade's response, womanhood. I know I've definitely grown into myself in my personal and my business life. Before I had my child, I was very, how can I say this? I don't want to say nonchalant, but in a way, certain things I just really shrug my shoulders at. Like one salon I used to work in, they didn't like that I had male clients.
Really?
Yeah, because, back in the day, men didn't see women get their hair done. They didn't see them looking crazy for real without that fresh roller set or, your pin curls in. They didn't see the process of that.
True.
So, with everything being so, what's the word? When it's men and women.
Like diverse.
Yeah, diverse. I'm trying to think of the word. Unisex, yeah. With everything being so unisex, I honestly I didn't care. Like, I'm like, child.
I kind of understand why it would be upset.
Right. I can understand now because I have clients who have alopecia. I have clients who are just ashamed of the fact that, oh, my hair looks like this and I'm in the corporate world and everybody sees me like this. So the fact that this man is coming in here and saying, like, it's a step on my boundary or, my what I wear every day. Like, I can't allow this to happen. So I understand it now, but at some point I was just like,
I don't even think it's limited to that.
be
either.
you. What else?
Because it's the same thing as far as barbershops as well, too. Like, men like to go to the barbershop and have male talk. And they just don't want to be around women. They just want to be around a bunch of men, express themselves, get whatever they get off their chest. Same thing as women when they go to the salon. Like, I just want to be around women, have women conversation, be in that environment. I don't want to see no kids. I don't want to see no men. I just want to come in and get my hair done, relax a little bit.
You know, I can understand that.
Because some people come in looking rough. They're like, I don't want to be walked by no fine ass man, you know, or whatever the case is. So I feel like when I was younger, I didn't really want to be around, like walk in a room full of men too that might be getting a haircut to get to the back of the braid shop. So, but, you know, we in today's age.
Right.
You know, so.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like now I'm just like, okay, I literally take my clients one at a time. To like literally cut that out. Sometimes those who are comfortable because they know, oh, the man is getting his, you know, braids finished up. Like some of my clients be like, oh, girl, who's that? Right. You know, put me on. And I be like, oh, God.
Right, you ain't doing that.
I got to text my client like, look, she said you look cute. You want a number? So, but now I literally take clients one at a time because when I was in that shop environment, I had that issue or the fact some other stylists would be like, well, you should take all of these people at this time. And I'm like, no, I like building that personal relationship. And I feel like that's what helps me, especially, like I said, as a woman growing into myself. I'm able to really develop who can I have this relationship with? Who can I have this relationship with? What can we talk about? What type of music can we listen to? Because at one point it was like, shoot, I feel like hearing Gucci today. Everybody listening to Gucci today. Now it's just like, I'm going to turn on some Jill Scott. I'm going to turn on some, you know, SZA. I'm going to turn on to, I have a lot of clients who are not from this country. So whether it be Afro beats or, you know, things like that, I'm diversing my atmosphere.
You gotta make them feel comfortable.
Yeah, I have to make people feel comfortable. So I've really grown into that, like a lot. So yeah. Siobphan, womanhood. How have you grown in your business with identifying certain things about yourself?
Oh, boundaries. Womanhood. I think for anybody, man, woman, just as a person growing, you got to know what works for you and what doesn't work for you. And once you figure that out, you have to instill those boundaries. I feel like the universe, my ancestors, everybody responds to me good when I put my foot down and I keep it down. As long as it's for good reason. You know what I mean? Like one thing that I did new with my business, you cannot text me for an appointment anymore. If you do, you can text me. You can text me, right? But you're going to have to send that deposit too, right?
Yeah.
A lot of people, because we've had a few appointments or we have a good rapport, sis, I need to see you tomorrow or whatever. Yeah. Okay. Or in 2 days. And I'm like, all right, what time? I put them down and they didn't send a deposit. Even though $25 ain't nothing, guess what? Somebody else could have booked in that time and I could have made the $150 versus my non-refundable deposit. So I'm not doing that anymore. I don't care if you're my real sister or not. Like even my real sister would never get a service for me for 100% free and not want to pay me. She's never done that. None of my friends have ever wanted to get a service from me and not pay. And those are your real friends. You know what I mean? Regardless if you're going to trade with them or is a discount, you know, like that thing that people say about you go to this person you don't know and pay the full price. Pay the full price for your friends.
Yeah.
Pay the full price for those are your friends. You want them to succeed before anybody else, you know, not to wish negativity or anything on anybody else. But, you know, just like sticking firm with your boundaries. The price is the price. The policy is the policy. And outside of the business, no, this is what I want. This is what I don't want. And I'm not about to tolerate it. You keep on tolerating it, they can look at you as a joke. What are you talking for? Because you're saying one thing but doing another. So adulthood and business, like boundaries is a big thing for me.
I respect that. Shaun?
Yeah. I would just say like becoming more professional as I grew older because I always wanted to have my own business when I was in high school, but I never really carried myself as a business owner. Sometimes you got to step into the role before you actually put yourself in it, you know? So I think me becoming more professional definitely helped me grow as a woman, because now I know how to communicate. Now I know how my emails are looking when I respond to people, you know? Like little stuff like that kind of sets you apart from everybody else. It's like, okay, she knows what she's doing. She knows what she's talking about. So just carrying myself as a woman professionally, because me growing up, like, I lived in Harrisburg, I lived in Philly. Like, I'm from the hood, you get what I'm saying? Never taking nothing away from nothing, but putting myself in those spaces when I can, like, code switch.
Right.
It's, like, my biggest thing.
Love a good code switch.
Love a good code switch, baby.
Hello. Thank you for calling.
Yes, hi, how are you?
Right.
Meanwhile, my homegirl, girl, what's going on? She a whole different.
You know the clients who you can switch to music, and then you know the clients like jazz.
Right. You gotta play
When
with
in
it.
doubt, go with YouTube relaxation. That's what I do.
Yes.
When I don't know the feel, I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
When in
You
doubt,
wanna hear
for
something
me,
else?
turn on Netflix. When in doubt, for me, let's watch a show. Let's talk.
Sure.
Yeah, let's find
we in a
something
salon.
interesting. Yeah.
Because
That's
now when
me.
your clients are singing, you'd be like, Netflix time.
I guess if I want to answer the question, I like to answer it on both sides, the professional side and the personal side. But professionally, me growing as a woman, stepping into the role that I have, when I initially began in my job 4 years ago, I started as entry-level specialist, like processor. And I did work my way up in management, up into becoming a manager. And even the people who have known me throughout the years of being in the company that I have, they always speak on how much I've grown. Just because how I'm carrying myself. Before I even became a manager, I always set the expectation, and that's the big word for me, is setting it. Expectations, both business and personally specifically. But I set an expectation for myself when I first got a job that, hey, when I want to step into a career, I want to be able to grow up in the ladder. I was tired of people telling me I had the potential to do something, because I've always had the strong personality, always been a leader. However, you can't really do too much if you always the middle, the entry level position, you know what I'm saying? So I set that expectation for myself that, hey, when I get this job, this is what I'm going to do. I'm not going to go into this type of department because it's easy to get into. I work jobs where I've been on the phone and all that stuff like that. So I specifically said I was going to do back office. When I did get the job, I said that, hey, I'm going to dress a certain type of way. I'm going to hold myself accountable, making sure I'm dressing professionally and I look the image. I also made sure that I reflected, like I was consistent with my work. No matter what was going on, I made sure that I put 110% effort in whatever I did, because at the end of the day, whether our personalities clash or not, my work is done and it speaks for itself. And setting those expectations was like super huge and really easy for me, I guess, business-wise. And I don't know, it pushed me to where I'm at now. And with me being a manager, and now I'm technically younger than one of the youngest ones in management, if not the youngest one. But I do have some supervisors that are older than me. So having to be that, I have to set a certain tone of maturity as well, too, with even speaking with them. Like, I like to keep things light and fun because that's just my personality. But at the same time, I have to step into a certain hat as a woman and as an adult in order to be able for them to respect me, for one. And for me to teach them something, them respect me enough so that whatever I'm saying to them, they take on that information and they actually apply it. They receiving it and not like taking me as a joke. So as a woman, that's just something that I had to do throughout my career with being in corporate. But personally as well, too, it sounds so easy with setting expectations on a job for me or business-wise, but I realized I was kind of getting into a territory personally where I'll have an expectation, but I was wavering in it. And I was kind of allowing people to like play with me to a certain extent because I'm an understanding person and I could put myself in their shoes. But only thing it put me in a position to do is just take on things, and I'm feeling some type of way. And now everything is getting blurred, even when it come down to like romantic relationships, right? Mm-hmm. setting expectations for them. And if I'm wavering on the expectations that I have for them, it's just, you just feel some type of way. You start building a certain type of animosity. Mm-hmm. And next thing you know, like I'm flipping, you know what I'm saying? And with me flipping is going to, I guess, divert away from the expectations that I have for myself, not only towards them, but for myself. So now I'm not valuing myself the way I should because I'm wavering from expectations, So,
and I
don't know.
Yeah, you were speaking on like being aware of your emotion. Like if somebody takes you out of that's probably make you feel worse than not even meeting your expectations.
Yep. So
I can honestly say I embraced a lot of my womanhood while I was dating. Like, I really learned a lot about myself dating different guys. I have always been the relationship individual, honestly, since I was in middle school. Like, been in a relationship with this person, got to high school, I was in a relationship with this person for a year or two, got into another relationship on and off 5 years, went to college. I was single, but, still doing relationship stuff. Situationships. Moved to Charlotte in a whole relationship, got engaged, met my child's father in a relationship, and then I became single. And I'm like, shit. Okay. So, okay, I was doing this. Okay. I can see where they said that I was doing that. Okay. I can see why I respond in this manner. Okay, like it's really depending on the type of situations, but overall, like y'all said, having that accountability, being aware of your emotions, of your actions, and just knowing that I can continue to play with this and drag it on, but I have that boundary to say no. When somebody told me no, I want to be the brat. Oh, but it's like, shit, they got boundaries too. Yeah. I got to respect that. The same way they got to respect mine. If I don't want to talk to you no more, I ain't going to talk to you no more. We had a good time. Hey, boo. Deuces. Because you're not for me. And that's okay. And I'm not for you. That's okay. And I had to come to terms with that. Going through these 2 years of being single, like, this is interesting. Like, I can really identify my boundaries. I can identify my weaknesses, my strengths. I can understand where I can go on a date and be like, you know what? I ain't gonna text this person tomorrow. Like, I could just really, it ain't no, hey, good morning in the morning. Hey, if you text me good morning, I'm gonna be honest with you. We ain't even gotta, you can call me if you want to. Like, for real. Some people, honestly though, I've learned that some people aren't worth that conversation. I literally got to text you because you're not emotionally or mentally stable enough to have a adult conversation. Because then you're gonna be like, well, you did. You mad because I sat on this side of the table? Like, for real? Like, you want to talk? That's what made you feel like less of a man? Seriously? Like, come on, bruh. I mean, if you wanted to take that leadership, you should have took that leadership. Guide me. I went on a date where one guy was literally like holding my back or holding like right here to guide me. And I had to tell him, like, normally I don't like when people touch me, but I see what you're doing and I appreciate it. Cause you really like guide me. Like switching from this side, because we done switched the sides of the street. You switching from this side.
So he's attentive.
Yes. I like what you're doing. Yeah. And now I know I want a man to do that. My man gonna do that for me. Standard, right? I really like this. So I truly learned about myself through dating.
That's what's up.
Yeah. But we about to go into our next card. Let's go with you first, Shaun.
Describe what you would like to happen at your funeral.
I come alive again.
I want everybody to take shots and talk about all the goofy, happy stuff, times that we had.
I would want that too. Like, I'm not big on like tears because, you know, sometimes it's for the better when things happen. So it's like, don't be sad. Just celebrate.
Get lit.
Right.
Be sad, I'm going. So, no. I'm on there like, don't cry. Better cry. Hey, like, no, I'm just playing. I would just say, what was the question again? What you want them to? What was it?
This is a crazy question. I don't like talking about something like that.
Describe what you would like to happen at your funeral.
Oh, I just would like to happen at my funeral. I don't know, just real people being there and just giving me a good homegoing service. Amen.
Amen.
That's all.
Okay.
I don't know. This is a question I really don't care for answering just because I'm gonna just put it out. It's not gonna happen no time soon.
Amen.
I don't want to sit here and be speaking. I don't like speaking on stuff like this, but once it does come to, then I would prefer for everyone to celebrate, have a good time, eat some good food. I don't want anything too sad. Kind of laugh, joke, whatever. I don't really care. I don't want the traditional one. So really just celebrate. Have a good time, cry, laugh at the same time if you have to. So
Sure.
I'll say the same thing. My grandmother just passed away in August. That was the first grandparent that I was really close with. So experiencing, like, I've been blessed to be here this long and not really have to deal with any like close family members' death. But this was the first one.
Thank you.
And the service was pretty sad, but like once we got to the venue where everybody could eat and everything, it was more like a
Lighthearted.
like a celebration.
Yeah,
like you said, we did like a slideshow.
I don't need no more cups though, because I got like 4. I don't. Sorry.
Double cut that.
are you there?
We not really good.
Oh,
We did like a slideshow and stuff, and we had traditional like Jamaican food, her favorite foods and drinks and stuff, and we celebrated like that. So kind of like that, you know, make it a celebration versus being sad.
Absolutely.
Okay.
That can be my next card. What would you tell your family and friends?
Oh, all right.
Okay, this is personally. What would you tell your family and friends about me after our conversation has ended?
I met an SD bestie. I really like that line for real. You're SD bestie. I really like that. Yeah.
That's covered.
And you know what's crazy? I've been looking for a esthetician.
Yeah.
Like, I normally do like my own skincare routine, but I like to get pampered.
Yes.
So,
I mean,
now,
I really cater.
You a little far, but
but you know,
I'll
you
pop
like
in.
something, you'll travel.
I'll make it, you know,
I'll come
maybe
to you,
like
maybe
once
you
a
do
month,
little,
you know, we
do some specials.
I like to barter.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
down
for
with the
sure.
bartering system.
Listen,
All right.
Okay.
Okay. We here. We here.
I'm
I'm definitely down with the bartering system, but yeah, SD bestie.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
That is covered. I would say I met some very talented and intelligent women today.
Yes.
You know, because everyone got their own thing going on, you know?
I felt it.
So, yeah,
Shout
I'll
out to our
definitely say
bartender.
that.
He is
I like the bar.
take one, pass him
You
down.
got a name for each of them?
I ain't got no name.
Okay, this one tastes different. This one tastes a little stronger.
Do
I
we
feel
gotta
like
let
you.
the audience know
Did
what
you
we
put
talking
that
about.
Prosecco? It's Prosecco.
Is that Prosecco in there?
No, it's simply peach.
No, I don't even. Is it peach?
No,
It
we're
don't
just
taste
joking.
peach.
No.
I'm like,
it was
for real?
You forgot.
We're joking.
Girl.
It's too many. I done had too
That's
many.
our last one. We right here. That's your last one because you missed it.
It's my last one for real.
Two.
They only know my car with.
What?
Lord.
I hate when I lose something.
Jesus!
in the spot.
Lord, I got ADHD.
I'm like, you losing my car?
I don't lost it sitting here.
What would you say, Rikki?
What?
About it says, what would you tell your family and friends about me after our conversation has ended?
She call us the pop.
Soda. Oh, she learned
Instead of soda.
the Midwest term for that.
Call us the pop.
Yes, sir. Pop or soda, it comes out quickly, but yeah, I say both.
No, that's funny. I like that.
I would probably speak on that just because I identify with that. My
Yeah.
mom is from Ohio. We lived in Ohio a long time. Pause.
Pause for a second, take a sip.
Pause for the cause. Amen.
And that she's an esthetician based out of Concord. She has really good skin, so I would go and see her. And this is from me seeing her myself.
Thank you.
Promo.
Okay. Oh, where is your favorite place in the world and why? So I haven't traveled outside of the country yet, but my favorite place in America right now would be California. Like, I love California. I feel like I am, for some reason, like, spiritually connected to California.
I like California
it's something.
Too. I ain't
Would you move there?
I would. Before I had my son, I was literally contemplating on moving to California, but just the atmosphere, the people, and I know how some people really get into that fake it till you make it, because it's that everywhere, but out there is really there. Like, you going out there thinking, oh, they living it up. It's 4 of them in one apartment.
Right.
So, but overall, just the scenery, the food, I'm a outdoors type of person because I'm a Virgo, I'm an earth sign. Like, I really like hiking and, you know, things like that, going to the beach, literally being in every single element of the earth. It really just brings me like happiness. Like, I love California for sure.
Fuels you.
It brings out just everything. Don't forget the trees. What is yours?
I would say Belize. Wait, are we talking about outside
there?
Or anywhere?
It just says, what is your favorite place in the world and why?
Oh, okay, yeah. I've been to Belize. It's very different.
I want to move there.
You do?
I've never
You
been.
would. Yeah, you would
want to
like
move
it.
everywhere.
No, for real.
Yeah, you would like it. You
Either
would like
California or Belize, for real. But I plan to get out of America, so Belize for sure.
You would love it. I promise you. And your dollar will go far. You know, if you were to move there.
What's that? South America?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But yeah, Belize was definitely.
I need to go where the dollar go far. So yeah, I'm like,
I've heard, like, as far as like for us as Black people, Black women, like Belize is like a place where you can truly be yourself and be like embrace everything, just from culture to just sense of mind, body, soul, like all of that.
It's really beautiful. And the people are so nice. Like,
Really?
They really greet you like with the top respect. Like, you
no
come
matter,
from
I love that.
The queen of whoever, like, they treat you with the top respect. Food is really good. Weather's always nice. They don't get snow. They don't get cold weather like that. They may get some rain, but it's always beautiful over there. Yeah.
All different ethnicities over there.
You won't see a lot of white people.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's why I heard like
more
it's for that's why I heard
people.
it's more so melanated.
I have to check it out.
Yeah.
Well, plan it.
What's yours? Your favorite place in the world?
Favorite place in the world. I don't know. I can only speak on where I've been at. Right now, I'm gonna say Vegas because it's free. It's free. It's just free, meaning like you can just lollygag and just be free about your life. Smoke when you want to. See the scenery. So
I've never been.
No.
Me either. I want to go.
I definitely want to go to Vegas. Yeah. What about you, Rikki?
I don't have a specific country or anything like that, but I prefer to be by a warm, sunny beach by the ocean. Just only because spiritually, I don't know, it's just the ocean, something about the ocean just grounds me, and I'm able to like be one within my own mind and really just, that's the calmest state I'm normally in when I'm by a beach or by the ocean, by any type of waterfront, really, like whether it's a running river or anything like that. But I do notice like when I'm by the ocean, I'm the most at peace, and I'm able to get my thoughts together, and I'm a lot more grounded once I'm by the ocean. So that's what I would say.
And I would pretty much say the same thing, and I think that's because we're fire signs.
Yeah.
So when you put us close by the water, it really is a good balance. It's calming. It's, even though like I like to be in warm places and stuff like that, But
Fire, earth. I just noticed that.
Oh.
yeah.
I have earth in my chart though, so.
I don't know what's in my chart.
I'm an earth. No,
But
I'm
probably the beach, somewhere by the ocean.
Definitely gotta be by the ocean.
Jamaica, somewhere like
yeah.
that.
I would definitely say that too.
It doesn't have to be a specific country. As long as it's warm, it's sunny, and it's by the ocean, some soft sand, like I would be
And it's
there.
not discriminatory.
Yeah.
I don't want to be anywhere where I can't be myself.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
Definitely.
Yeah.
What's yours, Rikki?
When you think of your family, what is the image that comes to mind? Chaos.
That's what you was waiting to say.
Couldn't wait to say that. Oh, Lord. I love my family, though, but I don't know. Try to be positive, but this is the reality to a lot of, I feel like, African-American families, a lot in this country. But the images I see is a lot of generational curses, honestly. So I'm in the point of my life where I'm trying to get past those, break those, and really trying to do a lot of introspection, a lot of shadow work in order to get past those things that have been passed down from generation to generation in order to start anew and start fresh with my child and any other children I have and going forward. So,
Yeah, I can definitely say that. I wouldn't, I feel like on all sides, for me, my real father, stepfather, my mother, I do get chaos on all three sides. But overall, I would say it's to stem from emotional intelligence and mental maturity, but jealousy. That's like
That's a strong
image. Word. No, seriously, like you can see it, not in our direct, but I'm just saying from all three sides. Like I've seen two of my cousins, like literally they don't like each other because one is jealous of the other. And it's like, well, all you got to do is get off your ass.
Like, you're talking about her maternal side.
No, I'm talking about, I'm talking about my stepfather's side actually. But yeah, it's like, all you got to do is get up and do something with your life. Like, you don't even got to feel that way, truthfully. And I know they probably gonna be like, who you talking about? Y'all know who I'm talking about. We ain't even got to go there. But it's just, jealousy. But like I said, that's a part of the emotional and mental maturity. Like, you can't be so jealous of them without looking at yourself. So that's the image that comes to me.
I feel like it was kind of a damper over myself. I kind of stand up. Sorry, y'all.
It was just jealousy.
The first thing that comes to mind, mine's is, I would say distant, because I have family in so many different parts of the United States. It's like we never really have that big family reunion in so long, And then also, like my grandparents, they had 6-7 kids. Our generation is not producing that many kids, so it's starting to like dwindle a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So it's starting to like slim down, and people live in different states. And I would say distant. I mean, yeah, we can come together if it had to be done, but we're not just like, oh, let me go visit them for the weekend. Let me take this 6-hour drive, So
family reunions are not as popular.
No, it's not. I remember going to a few growing up.
Right,
like,
with the matching t-shirts.
Yeah.
Because back then
T-shirts,
people were married, staying married.
True.
Yeah.
In their children's lives. Not to say every man isn't, but
I mean,
just family dynamic was much different for like our parents, grandparents, stuff like that.
I feel like that was more of the big mama hat. Some people have those big mamas in their family.
The matriarchs.
The matriarchs who, I got to see all my grands, great-grands, great-greats, and we don't, like you said, not that many people having that many kids and staying together for real. So, it's depleted.
Mm-hmm.
What's your image?
I don't know. More so just some type of connectivity.
Something.
I
It's something. I don't know, but it's something.
I don't know. I mean, just even though we may not always talk all the time, but if something important come up, you can bet you're going to see the important people that was there for that person, or, you know what I mean? Like, there should be pretty too much no reason why if somebody passed away, or if somebody has something that's super big, you're not going to see at least somebody within the family where it's like, okay, such and such showed up for, you know, you may have your cousins, whatever, but the mom showed up. Maybe not all the cousins, you know what I'm saying? So somehow there's still going to be a little bit of connectivity there, but it could be stronger, just like any family.
Okay.
So many like dynamics of my family. There's like, I think about chaos because it's like so much going on, right? I can touch on distance. My dad was born in Jamaica. None of our family lives in North Carolina, except for my mom and my sister. My brother lives in New York. Family in Texas, Vegas, like just, you know, spread out. Mm-hmm. But it's like, I don't know, I think of like a smorgasbord of differences, right? Like different people, different races, different religions from every
melting pot.
Yeah, there you go. That's what I think of when I think of my family. A melting pot. Everybody ain't gonna melt at the same temperature and mesh together, but here we are.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Like, how do I say
And
this
what is
nicely? On your card, Siobphan?
Oh, my card. Okay. Describe when you feel most alive.
Ooh.
Dang.
And that could be a few different things, right?
Right.
God.
What type of alive is
Well, I would say for me, you know,
Yeah.
when I'm working, that's one of the times. Like when I'm really helped. There are times, like I said, I love what I do, so it doesn't feel like a job. Of course, that's not every day. There are some days where I'm like, damn, I don't feel like this. But for the most part, I never really feel like that. Once I get there, I'm happy I'm there. I'm happy to be working. I'm happy to make a change in their body, good, bad, whatever. Not bad, but good, you know. And so I would say probably when I'm working, and then when I am doing stuff with my daughter, like mommy-daughter time.
Okay.
Shit, I was hoping y'all give me a few more seconds.
I mean, I can go.
answer.
Yeah, go ahead, Rikki.
I'll say two things kind of tie into each other. I feel alive the most when I actually mark off or check off a goal of mine off my list. I don't know, something like that. That sense of satisfaction does something to me. It just makes me want to go harder. You know what I'm saying? Second thing is when I get out and experience and travel. I tend to feel a lot more alive and like see something different outside of the normal day-to-day things. Even though I don't travel a lot, but I do tend to feel the most alive too when I'm traveling and experience something new.
For me, it ties into all of those that you said, honestly, through me being in tune. So me being in tune with my business, me being in tune with connecting to people, utilizing my overall gifts that I have. Me being in tune when I am checking off that goal, when I'm literally like, it's like I hop out of my body and be like, go girl, like you doing that. Like you said you want to do it, you doing it. You about to, that's another thing. And then just me being me. That's really when I feel it. Like I'm happy with my growth. I'm happy to identify like where I came from and the emotional trauma, the just certain things in my childhood that I overcame. Like I feel alive. I'm happy. So that's what it is for me.
Yeah. Those are good ones. I'm still thinking of mine.
Shut it.
What a time to be alive.
Right.
I'll just say a couple. So, of course, experiencing things, being somewhere other than where I was originally raised, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, 412, or Charlotte. So the experience. And then really, I feel more alive when I'm like closer to God. Like when I'm doing the things that I'm supposed to be doing on the right track, I feel more alive. I feel more purposeful. So.
Yeah. Okay, I thought of something now. When I'm in my craft, like when I'm in my zone, when I'm playing music, you know, when I got my blunt rolled and I'm just sitting there either on my laptop, like coming up with some crazy content or like just doing something that fulfills me.
Yeah.
But definitely when I'm in my craft, like, and like she said, when it doesn't feel like work, I'm just doing it just based off of just being pure creative. That's when I feel alive.
I also want to add too, I also feel alive like when my day is like busy. I won't say busy, but like when I'm just doing my thing. You ever just sit back and be like, I had a good day. Like I had this
10 people today.
You be moving, just shaking and moving, and you be on schedule, on point. I be like,
I feel good.
Yeah.
Especially
When
when you
had,
like me.
And you got some good tips that day. Yeah.
Eating.
Money.
If I ate breakfast, I'm doing good.
Hey, I'm telling you.
Because sometimes I don't. I just be right, and I just be in the flow of things. Now I'm starting to make sure I really like prep. The night before, like I gotta make sure I eat, even if it's just a piece of fruit. I done cut it up. I done put it in my little bowl. I just gotta grab that bowl out of the refrigerator, and I'm out the door because I rush. That's something I'm working on, but I rush a lot. So
another one.
Go ahead.
When I'm in the gym.
Okay.
I be forgetting that part. But yeah,
sometimes I do too, but I need more of that aliveness. Hand it over to me.
I don't feel like
from your way.
I've definitely been in the gym. I've been in the gym for sure a lot.
I see a muscle, you know.
Yeah,
I used to be like, girl.
I was 203 pounds when I was pregnant with my son. And that did something to me mentally.
It was bad. Oh,
I like girl, that really.
Big, or was you just felt like
no, for real. Like, and you know, it's funny. I'm not okay. So a lot of plus size women used to say that to me, like, "Girl, I ain't even pregnant, and I got a baby, and I ain't, you know, I'm bigger than you." And I used to be like, "That's not something you tell a pregnant person," because I was really like, go from 145 to 203 pounds. And it's like, I can't do nothing about it. Like, I can't change my diet. I can't work out. Like, I really can't do nothing. And then, I'm just carrying all this baby, all this weight. Then after the baby, and it's like, oh, look at my body. Like, what You're the already hell? Extremely emotional. Yes. Like, and I had a C-section, so I'm just like, my stomach ain't never gonna look the same.
So a good question really quick I have for you ladies, because you have children. When do you feel back alive again after you have your child? Like, when do you get back to yourself? When did y'all get,
It took me about 6 months. I literally pulled myself out of postpartum depression.
Okay.
I got back in the gym 4 months after having my child. So it took me about 6 months to really like see the results, and I was breastfeeding him. Okay. So I breastfed for 21 and a half months. Once I stopped breastfeeding him and all of that weight just dropped off, I was like, oh, I like this. Like, I liked me when I was like shaping. Like, I was still thick, but I was shaping. But I would say it took me about 6 months mentally to get back.
Yeah. I would say about like 4 to 6 months, because when I had my son, I was just looking at him like, yo, I really birthed you. Like, I wasn't even planning on being a mom. I thought I was gonna be one of those old parents. Like, I had my first kid when I was like 30 or something.
Dang.
That ain't
like,
old.
Well, older. Sorry, than what I had.
Yeah, can we switch up the vocab? Because I ain't got no kids and I'm 30-something.
I thought I was gonna be like an older parent. Like, I'm gonna have my first kid in my 30s, pretty much. Okay. I had him so young, so it's like, it was just like a transition. Like, I can't do what I used to do. I couldn't go out. Like, I have this little thing depending on me, you know? So, but once he got a little older where I can actually trust him with other people watching him, that's when I started like getting myself back, because I'm like, okay, I got a little me time now, because I actually trust him being with somebody else that's under someone else's care, pretty much. So, yeah, I would say about 4 to 6 months. For sure.
My answer is a little bit more complicated than just like 4 to 6 months. I had my son when I was pretty young. I was 17. So I was a teenage parent. So I think I was with already going through the transition of being a teenager and trying to learn yourself. And then on top of that, being a parent, I didn't technically never got back to myself because I was still trying to find myself. So I can't necessarily say when. I do know that I went through a really long period of postpartum, like I guess somewhat emotionally balanced. It took me like over a year just from postpartum, adding on birth control, just all different kind of stuff. So once I got out of birth control, I kind of felt a little bit more normal, but I was still in that period of still trying to find myself.
Right.
So I don't necessarily, I guess I would have to say it took me a couple years to get back to myself all around.
Well, don't feel bad because I was like, dang, 6 months, 4 months. What about like 4 years or so? And I mean, and I say that because I don't think I necessarily, so it's a little more deeper, right? So I don't think I really necessarily experienced postpartum, but I did experience like some heavy verbal, physical abuse. About a month after my daughter was born. And so that kind of, I think, sent me into depression a little bit. And then you try to navigate that. And then there's other problems. And then you want to, like, when you are kind of by yourself, you can't do nothing but go to work, then be at home with your baby. And then when you have a significant other who is supposed to be there helping you, but they're not, you're literally so alone, right? And they don't care because they have other kids. This isn't their first rodeo, right? It was my first rodeo. But so I would say, a couple years to just really get used to. Because not only was that going on, there was other family things going on where I felt like, bro, I really don't have anybody. I don't have anybody to really, that I can really trust or like depend on. And so you gotta just figure it out, right? And some days that's crying every day or that's, but my profession, doing what I do really helps me because I could be crying on the way to work, get into work and be like, okay, I'm here. Now it's my job to help these people. Put that away for a little bit, do what you do. And then I knew it was for me when I could still help people feeling as bad as I felt, but then that kind of helped me get in touch with like your self-help, mental health, all those other things, which has brought me where I am today to piggyback on boundaries, what I want, what I don't want, what I will not tolerate or accept. And those are the things that you just really like, being true to yourself so that you can get back to yourself at all times.
Gotcha.
I definitely have something to say towards what you just said. I was told that by someone that they loved how I could be there for other people while going through my own stuff. And at first I was like, okay, is this a compliment?
Right.
But then it was like, no, because now you're projecting and dumping and trauma bonding with me. And I don't even notice it.
Because you think I'm going through
whatever. Because you think I'm going through it or you acknowledge that I'm going through something, but you don't care. Because now you putting all this on me. So it's like, dang. But then again, like you said, those boundaries, like just understanding. And when I went to therapy when I was 24, that was one question that my therapist asked me. She was like, you're a nurturer, but how can you nurture yourself? She said, stop tolerating stuff out of love. And I was like, shit.
A word.
Like, damn, I think you done cured me already.
From family, too. It doesn't have to be just romantic love. It can be, from your family members as well.
Work stuff because you want to keep the peace and, like,
Or just always trying to help your clients, always trying to be there. Like, oh, okay, let me squeeze you over. And then at the end of the day, damn, you tired. You done with, like... I experienced that as well, doing a lot of like deep tissue, working, for massage therapy full-time is like 30 hours, 30 hours because it's such a physical job. So I was working like 35 hours, 7 hours, 5 days a week, 7 hours with no break. And then I developed something was wrong with my arm and stuff, ulnar neuropathy. I had to take some classes just to figure out how am I going to do this because it's what I love. So that was just an example of me giving. And not giving to myself.
Yeah.
Can't
be like that. Absolutely.
Right, exactly.
So speaking of love, y'all know what's coming up. Valentine's Day is coming up. Okay. So what was the question? What is too soon to give somebody a gift? Or
Yeah,
what's not?
Is there a limit on that? Like, is there a time frame when you first meet somebody and it could be around Valentine's Day? Like, are you expecting a gift? Are you giving a gift? Like, what does that look like? Because it would be from male.
I'm not expecting it and I ain't giving it.
Okay.
I mean,
well, there it is.
First of all, most men that I've dealt with, like, you don't have to give me nothing for Valentine's Day. It's for females. But I do think that with social media and so many things, like a lot of women, it may be men too, but so many women are looking for this man, right? Wherever the hell he exists, who got all this money, take care of you and whatever you got going on, and be faithful and just, this perfect man or whatever. Social media has given people unrealistic expectations on a lot of things. Mm-hmm. And so I just have learned to, that expectation where, hey, look, you don't want to have low expectations for things, but you don't want to expect so much from people and then be let down. Mm-hmm. So you want to, I have a positive attitude, but, and I'm like, oh, well, if that happens, that's really nice. That's cool. But if it doesn't, okay, cool. That's not for me. So for me, if you want to date, if you're trying to date me or whatever, and it's fucking a month before Valentine's Day, you going to take me out to eat anyways, right? Where are we going? To the park? I mean, hey, people might go for walks in the park on a date.
I like that type of stuff.
I mean, but, so but 9 times out of 10, if somebody's like, oh, I want to get to know you, let me take you out. Why would you feel comfortable doing that after knowing me for a week, but not doing it for Valentine's Day? That's corny to me.
I see what you're saying.
You don't have to come with no fucking Cartier bracelet, but damn, can I get some flowers? You know what I mean? Something.
Because we're conversing, so
right,
that's already
exactly.
I'm more of I pay attention to things people say. Mm-hmm. So if you be like, yeah, I don't have enough socks, or I don't have a luggage. Because I'm a thoughtful person, I'm probably gonna buy you some luggage.
Right. As a
for Valentine's Day.
I'll buy you some socks. Not no luggage.
Yeah. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I feel like only females have put this, because we are such in this feminist movement, independent movement, that we have put pressure on ourselves to think that we gotta give men gifts on Valentine's Day. These men don't be wanting any gifts on Valentine's Day.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Men do not be wanting gifts on Valentine's Day.
They want appreciation.
They want love. They don't care for having gifts.
They want a gift.
Most men are just you don't have to get me nothing.
They don't want a monetary gift.
But also being in this feminist movement, because let's be honest, we all have feminine and masculine attributes. So men, they literally want to be, because they want to be loved, but that comes with appreciation. That means you're listening. So like I said, I know somebody who said, oh, I don't have luggage, blah, blah, blah. Because the type of person I am, oh, you said you didn't have any luggage. I'll get you some luggage. No problem.
Let me clarify something real quick.
I'm telling y'all right now.
They want ass.
That's not even. It's not even about having. It's not even that. It's just about.
In a very.
You have to understand, today's day, a black man can't even express himself emotionally and have be vulnerable with a woman. A man would appreciate that, having a space where he can be vulnerable with that woman. He can really talk to her or all that stuff. Even though it's just a certain feeling that men are looking for more so than, oh, she got me a gift on Valentine's Day. I
feel like my gift was a part of me listening to you during.
Well, yeah, for sure.
Me talking to you.
I'm not against.
You
gifts.
Admitted something, and I was like, okay. Sure.
I'm not against gifts, but I really don't feel. I feel like women in this movement that we are in, that we have put pressure on other women within ourselves, saying that men want gifts. You need to get him something, because that's really, we just projected because we want stuff for Valentine's Day.
Well, see, and I wanted to clarify something. I'm not going to expect or give anything when it's that soon. If I'm in a relationship or something like that, oh yeah, I'm gonna do what I do for my man. But other than that, no.
Yeah. You could cook him a nice dinner.
Right. I'm cook him a nice dinner. I might give you a massage or something like
and
that.
That's what I was
Love.
That's what I was going to say. They were, so now, depending on how long, I'm going to keep it quick, how long, it was been a month. Yeah, I respect the dinner, maybe some flowers because it's been a month. A couple weeks, no. Me, I'm the type, like I said, I'm not going to buy anything monetary, but I'm going to do something like dinner or,
You could give him a
mean?
massage and he would love it.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Something like that. You take me out to eat, I'll lift the tip. Happy Valentine's Day.
I'm going to the gun range.
Now to answer the question on a time limit on giving gifts, receiving gifts. I mean, I've been on all different spectrums, I guess. I've been single on Valentine's Day and I've been in a relationship on Valentine's Day. In my single, I'm single right now, but in my single years around Valentine's Day, I've gotten gifts from guys who just wanted to pursue me. Yeah. Like some flowers or something delivered to my job or something like that. And we're not even on that term, but it's someone that is pursuing me. You know what I'm saying? Like a Valentine. And it's a sweet, thoughtful gift. There's no expectations behind it. But also too, I've been on Valentine's Day when a relationship wise and, get taken out on the day, the cliche stuff.
I feel like it's never
too soon. It's never too soon. Yeah. It's just a day of like,
time is irrelevant.
I like you. Let me show you I like you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love you.
Well, I was on a date with this guy one time. This was a long time ago though. And this was like our first date. And we're going out to eat somewhere. And wherever we were eating was at the mall. And we're walking through the mall. And he's like, oh, let me buy you these. We're in Nordstrom. Let me buy you these. Some design. And I was like, okay, like, you ain't getting no ass after this. Sometimes when somebody's trying to like, oh, let me do this, let me do that, let me do this.
The expectation behind it.
Yeah. Right. And it's like, sorry to break it to you. You can keep the motherfucking shoes. I don't give a fuck about that.
It was on Instagram. The guy who flew the girl out, he said he spent like 5 G's on her. They went out to eat and all of this the first night. He was like, he was being a gentleman. So she like, oh, I'm hungry. She want a crab leg, steak, all of this craziness. And then the second night, after they get food,
he's ready. And she's like, no.
And she like, no.
Well, I don't see the thing about me. I can't hide. You gonna see it on my face. Like, I'll do my best to hide whatever feeling is like off-putting me or whatever. But I don't understand if you don't like this dude. Why the fuck are you flying out to wherever, regardless if he's spending the money or not? Why are you going out there?
Social media.
For real? Because you fuck around, find out, and he kidnap your ass or sex trade your ass to wherever the hell you gonna go. Like, that shit just don't make no sense to me. I'm not about to waste no time with somebody who I don't really know and I don't fucking like. I mean, if you want to go there for your bags and just say, I'm tricking off, or I'm trying to prostitute, just be honest, but people don't want to do that.
There's no way that I'm going out of town, out of the country with somebody who I don't feel comfortable enough giving some ass to.
Exactly.
That's it. But what are you going there for?
You gonna know. Like, women, we know.
Where do you
But I feel like that's like
I would have been talking to you for a while before I'm just going to jump and go to Dubai.
I mean, I feel like that's honestly a unspoken rule. If you flying somewhere with this person, come on now.
They want some ass.
But not only that, you honestly know that's gonna be on the table. Right, yeah. Exactly.
I think
that's definitely gonna be on the table.
I feel like as women we need to take more accountability within ourselves but a lot of women have not taken accountability for one. A lot of women have not done their own shadow work, introspection within themselves to even have enough discernment to pick out the right type of guys for themselves. Mm-hmm. So it's just like, I don't know. I don't really encounter these type of men personally. Like, every guy that I've dealt with has never put any pressure on me to do that. Maybe one.
But was he flying you out?
No, it wasn't no flying out or nothing like that. No. But
don't even
for the most part,
flying out. It could be dinner.
I have encountered one guy, but for the most part, no man has ever put any type of pressure on me because of the way I carry myself. I set expectations of how I am, and I respect myself enough that they're not gonna treat me that way. So I feel like as women, we have to take more accountability on the type of men that we are choosing to pick
or entertain.
Yeah. You might not come across that. So it's not my reality, but I also know that I kind of set a different type of expectation compared to what you see on Instagram or social media as well. So
yeah, social media definitely got a lot to do with that for sure.
Yeah. So
y'all packing spennanight bags lately?
I am.
Or is it just in the corner collecting dust?
Nah. Y'all want to know what's in my spend the night bag?
No.
What's in there?
Yeah, I do
We
not
got a
want
robe
to know.
in there and some slippers.
She hear it all the time. That's what she don't really want to know.
Okay.
Is it what
that
did the starter
sibling.
kit used to be? Uggs, black leggings, and a hoodie.
Oh nah, I ain't got a thought spinning
Yeah,
night
that's a
bag.
nice spending night bag.
Nah,
Different
mine
night
is-
bags.
I'm a grown woman.
I'm
Okay,
the weekend. I'm from a family.
grown woman.
So you don't have spending night bag. You got luggage.
Yeah, you got a whole bag.
Yes,
Whole bag. She ain't gotta spend
mine is definitely a duffel bag.
Okay.
A little lingerie, a little lingerie.
Okay.
Some oils, massage oils.
Nasty.
No, seriously, talk about nasty.
Well,
I got a little.
Okay.
It's throat spray, but got a little numbing spray.
okay.
Yes,
This is
girl.
not your average. This your average.
This is not your average
This
spend the
is-
night bag,
This
ladies
is
and
not your
gentlemen.
average spend
This
the night
is your
bag.
this is your I got a
This
man
is-
bag.
This for
Oh,
my
sorry.
boo. But a little throat spray, a little lingerie, some massage oil, and I like
got
to
no
take.
clothes in there.
Not really.
You like what?
She said not a article of clothes.
So I have, like I said, the Skin Deep. They have different collections, right?
Oh, I thought you said I like to tape.
I thought you said tape too.
You telling everybody your business?
You said tape?
Tape like
No.
record. Tape record.
Let's keep
Now
it
that
to core
happens.
items.
That's what I
God.
That happens there. That's not in the bag, but no, the Skin Deep, they have different collections. So I like to take the dating version that they have, and that is like a interesting. Like we starting it off, we playing this game, taking shots. Give a little dance, little lingerie show, then we're
That's your
working into the
icebreaker.
massage and
That's your icebreaker.
yeah. Yeah, I planned it out, you know. I came here with intentions, okay?
Set your
You know,
intentions.
Yeah.
And not every
That's
assignment is
mine.
different. Where we spend a night bag.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
That's what's
That
in
did
my
not be
bag.
my assignment.
every yeah. That's
Mine.
but
I'm
she's
coming
giving
to
them
come.
Right.
Do you understand?
I do
She's
like
in a
the
different
bottom.
lane. Get
Yeah.
your, you know, the man bag.
Hey.
Yeah.
I got the man.
Yeah.
I'm just keeping it simple. I need my necessities.
She
Okay,
go
I need my
overboard.
toothbrush and my body wash because I'm not using your man wash.
Oh,
Absolutely.
that too.
Hell no.
I need something comfortable because I need to maybe, you know what I'm saying, in the morning I may have to chill or I may have got some errands to run and I don't want to be looking like the night before. So I want to have something that I'm going to have comfortable, a sweatshirt or whatever the case is. And just my necessities. Don't nobody need to be knowing I'm sneaking from my man's house. You know?
That's in the bag. That's in the car.
Or,
for
you
me.
know. So that's all in my bag.
Massages.
Real simple.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm packing like a luggage. My soap, my shea butter, my pajamas, my outfit for the next day. Toothbrush, toothpaste.
In that case, I got 2 bags.
Yeah, that's it.
Levels to this. What about you?
I don't know. I really haven't had a lot of spend the night bag experiences.
What is that? I don't even know what it is.
A lot of
Spend the night
times,
bag?
Nadia going to spend the night somewhere and they weren't coming over my house, so they gotta bring their shit, or they just leave the next morning.
Right.
Your wig.
No,
But if I
I'm
have, so I'm gonna have my toothbrush. I'm gonna have my toothbrush.
Oh.
Like, I'm gonna have my
So we
toothbrush.
know what she doing. She
And
got
some
it.
clothes for tomorrow. I need from
You
what
might
I've
even-
experienced, I need
got
my
no dick
toothbrush
on
and
her
I need a
breath.
hairbrush for my hair
Right.
Yeah.
because it ain't gonna stay like that, and I just
Okay.
need some clothes to put on the next day.
Okay.
Because
It could be the same clothes if I didn't leave from the club.
Right.
If I left from the club, well, you need clothes. If
Well, you
I
know
just,
you're going to spend the night before that club activity, so you put that
no,
bag
you
in the
don't.
car.
Not all the time.
Not,
I do.
Well, no.
Like I said, I come with intentions.
Sometimes. But I also feel like spending a night bag, let's clear this up, because people may think like sexual. You might not be spending a night bag for some, because you want to, you know what I'm saying, do that. It could be just chilling. For real. I've
No.
had those.
Yeah, my
I've
spend
had
night bag
those.
is for my
Who
boobs.
just said no?
Me.
Mom,
I'm coming over there.
night bag is definitely
Excuse
like
me?
boo level.
It's for like the weekend.
Yeah.
I'm staying the weekend.
So I got 2
Oh, I
bags,
gotta
like
go
I
home.
said. in that
Yeah.
case.
Depends.
I got my clothes. I got my necessities. But in that real spennanight bag, we got some tricks and
Oh, yeah.
things.
That's why I said there's levels to them spinning night bags.
You're right.
Yeah,
I like
keep
that.
it simple. Toothbrush, gotta have my face, body wash, and
Right,
shit like
right.
that. All the necessities. I mean, I gotta have my edge control. That's like number one.
Gotta
I
get
need to
them
make sure I
baby
look like
hairs.
something when I leave, depending on what happened the night before. I can't just, just
Yeah.
walk out looking like anything. Usually don't take anything to wear at night. I'll be like, yo, can I borrow a t-shirt?
Exactly.
Like,
I like
want a
that.
shirt.
T-shirt.
That's what I do.
But yeah, definitely clothes for the next morning.
Yeah.
Okay,
For sure.
okay. Well, you guys, this was fun.
This was.
I'm really excited. Thank y'all for joining us. And I would say it's a wrap here at Sidebar Convos.
Yay.
Yay.
Thank you.
Thank you, God.
And we out.
If you'd like to be a guest on Sidebar Convos, here's your chance. Email us today at sidebarconvos@gmail.com with the subject line guest. Also, if you'd like to be a sponsor on Sidebar Convos, email us with the info on your business or brand with the subject line sponsor. We look forward to hearing from you.